She's the Asian one with the old adventure. She's not Chinese, she's Filipino, and she loves the lo mein on her busy work weekends. No need to cook. And we're in like one of the top 3 Chinese restaurants in Baltimore. I do want to try that someday, but I gotta have a day where I feel like picking out that amount of onions. So this is like what the aftermath of the snow that fell pretty much like exactly a week ago. It started last Saturday night, January 24th. It's now January 31st. Excuse me. It's okay. A little tight. So I'm just walking by a bus stop. I'm also trying to make sure I don't have, excuse me, make sure I don't have people in the video. Yeah, and there's not a lot of, there's a littering problem in this city, no matter like whether there's snow or not, but the snow just like brings out the litter. So pardon okay, gotta make sure no one's going right. Okay, and I guess if you're gonna drink beer and the trash can snowed in, that's recyclable once these streets get cleaned. I just see the sunset back. So this is a beautiful sunset spot looking towards Loyola, and actually shout out to the Jesuit home. That's where Lisel works in the evening. Oh, well, we got a green light. Green light. Come on, Tata, I'm waiting. Those kids are not playing on the sidewalk anymore, so you got to run this way. No, but so the road salt has been melting. This somewhat caused puddles. I would say the snowbank was around twice as high a few days ago, but I'm wondering if like we're going to still be virtual at my school. Shouts to Baltimore County Schools. When we're going to be virtual, at least delayed 2 hours. I've heard Anne Arundel already is. That's just based on the group chat with my colleagues, which, usually it's accurate. They get the news, and they know a lot of teachers throughout the Baltimore area who can tell them stuff. Well, we won't know until I get that text or that email, but hopefully we're back in person Monday. I miss, snow days are only good for so long, and I got to get back to my classroom to start tidying up and getting organized, getting ready for the next quarter. Yeah, shout outs to Shoulders. Just kind of showing what the snowscape in Baltimore City looks like. This is the northern part of the city, just south of Towson. You can actually see a red bus, used to be the number 8, the Crazy 8, coming that way. And actually, I had to there's someone at the bus stop who I had to squeeze by. It's thankfully at least the sidewalks are cleared up. Oh, hey, what's up, Stacy? Yeah, this is at least this sidewalk's pretty clear. But over there by the stores, the Chinese place, it's kind of hidden, but the Chinese place over there is one of the top 3 in Baltimore City, I would say. The other being the one by MedStar Union Memorial, where my wife works. They have good lo mein there and everything. Excuse me. And then there's a good one that's on Northern Parkway going out towards Overlea. But usually, unless we have to do something in person at a credit union, we don't usually go out that way. Although my godmother lives out close to there. But they have some great lo mein too. But it's the Yak Gao mein. That's the Chinese American special in Baltimore. I've never tried it, and I almost did. But the nice lady who works at the Chinese place over there, wish I could remember what it's called. They've only opened pretty much when we moved in this neighborhood. They beyond that, we live behind that Family Dollar, maybe 6 blocks, it's around a kilometer to walk out here if I want to get a beer. I want to get Chinese food on foot when the weather's nicer. Oh, Stacy, yeah, it's around here, I'll let Dearbutt tell you. It's around probably 15, maybe 20, but the sun's going down, so maybe 15. Yeah, the forecast low is around 5, and that's Fahrenheit too. The I'd say in Celsius it's at least 10 below. I think it's been getting down as much as 15 below. And I know, what's 95% of the people on planet Earth use Celsius, so I want to reference that too. Yeah, it's just basically it's cold enough that I should be getting back in the car. If I were out for any longer, I would be wearing gloves. Also, don't want the Asian woman with the old adventurous food getting cold. Lo mein's her favorite when it's okay. Question is, what did I do with my keys? Oh, I'm going to prop up the... Okay, well, if the door to the car opened, that means the keys must be somewhere. I just hope I didn't leave them in the car. Yeah, those kids were I think they were just play fighting over there on the street, Tata, by the bus stop, but you never know. Yeah, I think you're right, dear, but people are going stir crazy in this snow. Traffic is getting close to normal, and it has been bad. It's been slow going because the roads are still tight, especially when you're turning, even though it is, the roads are clear, but it's just, they're not as wide as they should be. So, again, I don't know if I'm going back to work in person on Monday up to my school in Dundalk, which is like a 10-mile, 15-kilometer drive that way. But, just need to get back to reality and back into my routine. Liselle's been going back to work in person the whole time because she's an essential healthcare worker. Yeah, but you have the door open and her lo mein's getting cold, Tata. Come on, dear, but she's going to bring it to work and heat it up there. Okay, we also I was just out in the in the county for the first time in a while to get that's Baltimore County over the city limits to get flex tape because speaking of the temperature, yeah, more oh hey Mercy Rogers, thanks for watching. If you're asking for more deer butt, yeah, he tends to talk a lot when I'm driving, and we do got to drive not around probably 3 minutes to get back to the house. There's no lights except for one. Go drive with deer butt. Okay, yeah. So I think you guys will get tired of his voice after a while. Let's kind of get an idea of like how the East Coast United States is faring after Winter Storm Fern. There's actually another winter storm hitting. If you're on the eastern shore of Maryland, Ocean City. Ocean City is a great place in the winter, by the way. We do hope to go bird watching out there in February and during the Chinese New Year / President's Day holiday. I'm getting a 4-day weekend because President's Day is always off and just Chinese New Year's next to it. So, and I do got a name. Speaking of, I do not need to name drop that. I think it's like Chang's Carryout, or a lot of the Chinese places in Baltimore City are called they have carryout in the names. They do like American, just your typical fried American food, especially fried chicken, the 4-wing chicken box with wedge potato fries, which are called Western fries here. Those are just a working man's staple in this city. Ask anyone from Baltimore what a chicken box is, they can tell you. So yeah, the chicken, and the Chinese places usually have the best chicken boxes too, Stacy. Yeah, they're pretty good. Of course, as a deer, I'm a vegetarian, but like to watch my Tata eat the chicken box. Yeah, but usually, the Asian one with the old adventures does, Liselle, my wife, does like to order the chicken box when she's at work, but it's just hard to, you can get stuff delivered, but look at the roads. You have to tip the drivers double. Yeah, so it wouldn't be right to tip them like the normal amount. You'd have to give them double for the trouble getting through this. So, plus we've been trying to, we've had a lot of just maintenance projects going on in our house. It's 106 years old. It was built in 1920, so it is a fixer-upper, and we've got a lot done last year, but this year we've been dealing with some plumbing stuff, hence the tape. Yeah, because it's cold enough for the pipes to freeze. When it goes below 20 or 15 at night in Baltimore, anywhere in Maryland, the walls aren't insulated enough, Tata. Not like where I'm from up in Western New York. Yeah, I'm from up there too. I think Deerbutt and I just, we're kindred spirits, but, I don't know, maybe that's getting a little too deep, but, and in fact, shout outs to Western New York, upstate New York, my Aunt Sue, who's from up there, and she still lives up there south of Rochester. She's been helping me via video call and texting to shut off the water to the house and to find, trace a leak to the pipe under the kitchen. Yeah, is that part of the basement where you start the seeds in the spring? That's not well heated. It is now, dear, but we got a space heater set up there, and it's not going to happen again. So, if you are in this cold snap, especially if you're like in Maryland or on the East Coast, if you're in Maryland or South, or if you're in Asia too. Like I saw a comment somewhere, I don't know if it was on another YouTube. I saw a comment that Hong Kong got down to 10 Celsius, which is supposed to be cold. I mean, I've only been in Hong Kong in March, just once, but I used to live in Taiwan and teach English, and that's where I actually met Lisel. Oh, you're in Australia? Okay, well, stay cool out there, Stacy. I heard it's like a really hot summer. I mean, it's all the climate change. Like, the cold weather here in North America is actually when the Arctic Ocean is warmer than normal. Like I don't understand the science, but for some reason it pushes the snow to the pushes the cold air to the south, because 10 degrees Fahrenheit, like 10 below Celsius here in the unless it's the middle of the coldest night of the winter, is very unusual. But I mean, if there's anyone watching this even after the fact, you're watching it in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Eastern Shore, Maryland, they're even less used to snow out there than we are here in Baltimore. So, because we're a bit at a higher elevation, a bit inland, and it's climate here is more similar to Pennsylvania than it is. Ocean City, Eastern Shore is more similar to Virginia and North Carolina. So careful if you're out there, and drive safely. Just don't drive at all if you don't have to. If you're out there, Outer Banks, Virginia Beach, Eastern Shore, Maryland, Virginia, because people aren't used to driving in the snow out there. Probably, I bet the local governments down there are not prepared with all the salt they would need, because it's a freak snowstorm. Can't blame the government for that. It's just a freak storm. And hopefully people are safe. And then if you're anywhere like south of where I'm at, especially if you're in like Texas, Mississippi, Arkansas, Alabama, like northern Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, just make sure your pipes are kept heated, because I've heard the houses down there are not built for you know what I mean. They're not built for cold, even if it goes a little below freezing prolonged. Yeah, dear bud, I know, because I remember I actually lived in Houston, Texas for a year before I met Lisel. I lived there, and I worked at a pizza shop and rode my bike there. I was riding my bike cross country. Hold on, I got to pull up a little, because I actually you'll see the setup when I park, but as I do, yeah, there we go. As I do this, going live, because we've had to deal with the tracing a leak and turning the water off in the house, and now fixing it. It will be fixed by tomorrow, but I don't have time to make our usual, usually in the winter, we're not doing much traveling. This started as a travel blog, but, okay, thanks for all the comments, Stacy. Yeah, it's, just kind of, we're just sharing how we've gone through the storm, because this storm is kind of, even without me having to work as much as I would last week, still had to work from home, and, it's just, this storm is no joke. It's between the shoveling and now dealing with the plumbing, we can't create our usual content with Chester the cat, although we did post a funny video of him, the weather stripper, where you're using to try to keep that part of the basement warm, but it wasn't good. It was because of where the venting is situated. So, I'm not going to share that part of the basement. It's a little messy. It's just, YouTube, YouTube is a great source for anything, including looking up the, my repair videos. Yeah, if your pipes are down in Texas or Mississippi or whatnot, your pipes are frozen, there's a lot of good resources. And then that tape I have in there, that's what my aunts recommended. So, all right, well, let's get, I'll kind of show my setup here. I got, this is so that Lisel can get around the car. That's for me to get in. We have to park it just right. And I don't think this is melting till Valentine's Day. It's going to go above freezing, maybe in Celsius, get as high as 3 or 4 next week, but then that's 2 days, and it will go below freezing again for a week. So, it's so bad. You say it's so bad in the heat in Australia, Stacey, or it's bad here? The cold's bad around here, because if this were another social med platform where my wife does her content, I would not be saying this, but I feel you have more freedom of speech on YouTube. So I'm going to say, I could see this winter storm causing a severe recession in the United States, because once everyone, we'll be able to handle it. It's just we'll have to cut back in other areas. But a lot of people, just in other parts of the city, in other parts of America when they get their $500, even $1,000 heating bills in February and March. Like, that's gonna suck all the money flow, the cash flow out of the economy. So it is, it is pretty bad, but it's beautiful. It's not. I would prefer this over wildfire. Yep, because that burns down the trees, and I wouldn't have anywhere to live. I'd have to live in this car the rest of my life. What's wrong with living in this car, dear boy? You're like the head honcho in there. All right, well, here I'm gonna wait. This part of the thing here is that our street is one lane, and you do have to be. I mean, that's bad. I'm having to go up that hill to that light. A lot of people have just been running that red light because if someone needs to turn, they need to get out of the way. No camera there though, so it's not like. But yeah, don't be running a red light if there's not an excuse with the weather. Kind of see how tight it is getting by. Okay, so let's I'll throw the plumbing tape in the bag. And let's get this lo mein to the Asian woman with the old adventures. She asked me to wake her up at 5:45. Almost, what time is it in Australia? Like, just shouting out Stacey again. Thanks for all the comments, because it must be like if the sun's setting here, you see the full. Maybe the school should be closed for a couple more days, or like work from home, teach on Google Meet, because they say that kids get crazy when the moon's getting full. I'm still like, I know in the Philippines, it's like where my wife's from and where my 6 grandkids, Thea, Maurice, Carl, Kyle, Kyrie, Ari's the baby of the grandkids. He's not really a baby anymore. He's around Chester's age, but that's in human years, not in cat years. But yeah. Oh yeah, it's already they're right. It's already Sunday out there. Oh, 8:30. Okay, so it's like morning. Wow, that's like a 15-hour time difference. It's 6:38 in Philippines right now. So I guess that makes sense. Australia's a little further east than, like kind of like Indonesia sticks out more. Australia sticks, and then New Zealand. And I was crazy. It's like all the way out there. Never been out there though. I've only been as far as the Philippines. Been to Borneo Island and Malaysia a couple times. Thailand, Hong Kong, Vietnam. Lived in Taiwan, but I've never been that far. I've never been in the southern hemisphere. Closest I came, I think, was Kuala Lumpur, which is still a bit in the north. So, want to do it someday though. All right, let's go say hi to Chester, the East Baltimore Brown Tabby, and then we'll end this live. We got to wake up Lyselle, and then we're going to turn the water we're going to turn the main water valve back on. And believe it or not, the city water supply is coming. It's coming right under that snow over there from the water meter on the street, but it's far enough down that it doesn't freeze. And the water ultimately comes from Loch Raven Reservoir, where we have a lot of content, like bird watching, watching the geese, even feeding the geese and ducks. That's probably frozen solid now, though. So ducks just go further south when that happens. Okay. All right, where's my cat? My Chester the Chessity. Yeah, he didn't run. I know Chester didn't run. Your sister is going on? Oh, there he is. There's Chester. He's just trying to stay warm. He hasn't really been in a playful mood. All right, Chester, we'll say bye. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing. Thanks for commenting, God's love. Yes, happy Holy Sunday in Australia, New Zealand, well, Philippines too, pretty much all of Asia, Australia. You got to have the faith to get through this storm. Chester. Okay, say bye. Here, smell your mommy's. I got some chicken mergicker in there. That's cat Latin for chicken. I got some orange chicken for after I drop Lyselle at work. All right, but let's go open all the faucets, Chester. All right, thanks, Dave. Yeah, he looks like just half the alley cats in Baltimore, half the farm cats up in Pennsylvania, but he's really cute. He's so spoiled and domesticated. But he still thinks he's wild. He wants to run out there. What would you do out there? It's frozen solid. He probably saw the bunny. He probably saw the bunny rabbit. You probably saw the bunny rabbit eating the rose. Should we tell mommy that the bunny rabbit's eating her rose bushes because it can't get to the grass? It's hungry. Maybe we should put some rotting vegetables out there for the rabbit, fatten him up so that when you finally sneak outside, you can get him. Get him before he eats our garden in the spring. All right, he thinks he's what? In the Philippines, it's called a puskal, literally means street cat or alley cat. That's, cats who live outdoors. I don't know why he wants to be out on that. All right, Chester, well, say goodbye. Thanks a lot. 20-minute live. This went for a while, so thanks for the 5 lives, the 5 thumbs up, the hearts. Thanks for all the comments, especially shout outs to Stacy in Australia. We got a lot. I know we had some other people viewing the whole time too. See if I can get another name to shout out. I mean, God's Love was there at the end, and then Marcy Rogers shout outs. All right, bye, Chester. Let's get your mommy up.